welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hi, my name is Alyssa, and for today's video, we are going to be taking a brief intermission from all the Halloween related content to bring you a new palette release video. I am so excited because I was actually sent this palette from Gourmande Girls Cosmetics to check out and review for you guys, and I'm excited. I'm super excited to jump into this, so I don't want the intro to be too long, so I really hope that you are pumped for this video, and without further ado, let's just go ahead and get started. This is a new palette from Gourmande Girls Cosmetics. It's called That Time of Year, so it's very much not Halloween-y, it's very much Christmas vibes, which when I opened to you guys, I'm not gonna lie to you, I may have like squealed a little bit just because I freaking love Christmas. I feel like there are really no good like holiday palettes that I have seen or that have come out in years past, and so when I saw this, I was like, stop playing with me right now. Stop playing with me right now. First of all, because it looks absolutely amazing. So Gourmande Girls Cosmetics, the owner Christina, who is such a wonderful supporter here to my channel, so sweetly reached out to me and asked if I would be interested in checking out this palette, sharing it with you guys, and of course I said yes because I freaking love her palettes. They are so stinking good, you guys. She creates phenomenal makeup, and so the palette does launch today, October 8th, so if you like what you see, you're gonna want to beep bop right on over to the website, order it for yourself. Of course, I'm gonna have the website linked down below for you guys. You already know. Check it out, get yourself some goodies, but we're gonna jump into chatting about the palette. So like I said, it's called That Time of Year by Gourmande Girls Cosmetics. This is what the packaging looks like. Freaking adorable. The super cool and very interesting thing about this palette is that it's actually a YouTube collaboration. So it's Gourmande Girls, which is obviously the cosmetics company, but it's in collab with Debutante, Adventures of Xenia, which I think is how it's pronounced. I apologize if I'm incorrect. And then The Brutally Honest Beauty. I knew Debutante and The Brutally Honest Beauty already. The only one I actually did not know was Adventures of Xenia, and I have actually already gone and subscribed to her channel. I'm so excited to be able to show her some love and support. And I am going to have Christina, the owner of the cosmetics company's channel, as well as all of these other lovely ladies linked down below. So please, 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 if you haven't already, go subscribe to their channels. You can actually pause my video, beep bop on over, subscribe, and you just come right on back to the palette. I'm so excited, you guys. So like I said, already chatted about the packaging. Really, really love that. But the packaging is not what we're here for, okay? We're here for what's on the inside. The box looks exactly the same as well, just so you guys are wondering. Again, freaking adorable. But here's the most important part. The palette on the inside. Look at this, you guys. As soon as I opened this palette, I was so stinking excited. First of all, the greens. Are you kidding me? I feel like I do not own any really solid green eyeshadows. And when I saw this, I was like, girl, stop trying to play with my heart. It's like you actually knew what I wanted to see. And then I love how the palette is broken up into kind of like warm tones. And then you kind of got like your cooler, more icy tones. And then you got some absolutely gorgeous like glitters here in the center. Now, I probably should have showed you this footage before I dug my grubby little fingers in it, but it's so cute because you actually got little embossings here on the side. These are diamonds. These ones are the hardest to see, but these were stars before I, you know, jammed my fingers in them. And then these ones over here were snowflakes, which I just think is an absolutely adorable touch. I love little things like that that just make the palette feel a little more expensive and a little more bougie, and so I think that was so, so fun. Okay, so right here is row one, and excuse the world's best swatches you have probably ever seen in your life, but we've got Frostbite, Slay Queen, Icicle. Freaking look at that duochrome, you guys. Are you dog messing me? Look at that. That's gorgeous. Cherries Jubilee, which I had not played with this color yet, but holy crap, that is delicious. And then this is Warm and Toasty. All right, row number two. Are you kidding me right now with this row number two right here? Holy crap. So right here we've got Snow Angel, Silver Bells, Twinkling Lights, which is an absolutely stunning shadow. I can't even with that one. Fuzzy Socks. Now this is one that obviously is like pretty much like my skin tone. So this is one that, as you'll see when I show you the looks, I pretty much just kind of use to diffuse any of the more vibrant and deeper shades. So I definitely think on like lighter skin tones, great transition shade, but for me, it's just about my skin tone, but it does work for what I wanted to use it for. And then we've got Nostalgia, which I mean, like, oh my God, that is like the prettiest bronze color I think I've ever seen. All right, and then for row number three, we've got Sugar Plum, Joy, The Feels, Evergreen, and Cheer. And freaking look at those greens, you guys. Holy crap. They're so gorgeous, I can't even. Okay guys, so now that you've seen all the swatches, we're just gonna go ahead and talk about all my thoughts and opinions on the palette. There's no reason to save that until the end. We'll just finish out my video with the tutorial portion. So for my looks today, I used these shades right here, and then these ones down here. Oh, so I pretty much did like, wee, and then this one. So I used over half the palette for my looks today, and so I feel like I got a really good feel for it. And honestly, you guys, the proof is in the freaking makeup looks right now. Like literally, these shadows are so pigmented. They blended out so beautifully. I was actually really shocked because I was prepared, especially for like the greens, to kind of have to finagle it a little bit. Not because I didn't think that the palette would be any good, because like I said, I've used Gourmande Girls palettes before and they are really, really nice. But you know, when you go in with like a really bold color, you're like, man, I'm gonna lay it down and I'm gonna get played. No, I didn't, honey. It blended out absolutely perfectly, and I could not be more pleased. And the freaking shimmers, you guys. Other than the green eyeshadows, which I know I've already mentioned a ton in this video, being like my favorite thing in there, the freaking shimmers, they're 10 out of 10. They are 10 out of freaking 10, you guys. This like iridescent-y green shimmer I've got going on here is one of the most beautiful shimmers I've literally ever seen in my life. And if you're wondering, if you forgot from the swatches, it is this one down here called The Feels. On camera, they literally look kind of the same, like this one, and this one, but they are all different. Okay, they are all 100% different and so fun and so unique. And then this one down here with the duochrome shift to it, which is the one I have on this eye right here, is also like, it's just insane, you guys. It's got this gorgeous like purpley to green, but it's almost like something else in there. I don't even know, you guys. It's stunning. I freaking love it. The only shadow that I will say that I guess I had like a little bit of, I don't want to call it trouble, but I had to finagle a little bit more, was this one down here. And essentially this one just had, this was the only one that had fallout for me, which is not a super big deal. It's just something to, if you're going to use this shade, just be prepared for. All the other shades gave me 0 fallout, which was absolutely fabulous. And then I will say that especially when paired with this blue eyeshadow, which is what I did over here, it definitely pulls more deep blue than purple. And I don't know if that was how it was meant to be done. I'm not sure, but it literally on this eye looks more like I have like a light and a deeper blue versus like blue and purple. That could also be because I did pair it with this duochrome shadow. Who knows? But I think it was pretty, but it definitely was the one that made me work a little bit harder for the pigmentation that I was going for and due to the fallout. But purples are innately actually the most difficult shadow to create and perfect and to formulate, and so I was not really surprised, and it's nothing that would deter me from the palette, and it's not going to deter me from using this shade because I think it was still really, really pretty. I'll be interested to see if I wanted to pair it with more like this, and I really think I want to do something with like the purple and this silver right here. Like, ooh, I feel like that'd be so pretty. So I don't think it's a deal breaker by any means. It is just something to notate. Like if you're going to use this shade, maybe do your eyes first, so that way you can make sure that you have no fallout, especially if you're trying to make this super, super deep. But yeah, everything else, it worked like a dream, better than I expected, and so I was super, super pleased with that. So of course, I'm sure you guys can tell, I would highly recommend this palette to you guys. Honestly, out of the 2 Gourmande Girls palettes that I personally own, I have this one and the Spectra palette, and I would actually go ahead and say that this one is my favorite between the 2, because for me, it is more unique to anything that I have in my collection. And like I said already, I am someone who has never really found a really solid holiday palette, something that is marketed more towards like holiday themes. I tend to feel like brands play it very, very safe when it comes to holiday themed palettes. They tend to just be like either like really icy cool tones, or it's just like all a warm tone palette, and I already have all of those eyeshadows, and so I was really excited when I opened this up to see this palette have such good depth and a really solid color range. And honestly, even though I believe it is marketed to like a holiday themed palette, I truly think you could use this any time of year, because I feel like these greens in the springtime would also be absolutely stunning. Anyways, you guys, I think it's very clear to see that I really enjoyed this palette, and so therefore I am of course going to recommend that you go check out the That Time of Year palette. I again have the website linked down below. It launched today, so definitely jump on it, you guys. Be one of the first to truly check out this palette and how good it is. I just want to say a huge congratulations to Christina and all the other lovely ladies involved. You guys nailed it. I definitely think this is going to be a hit. I am super excited to continue to use this one, especially as the holiday season approaches. So I don't want to ramble on anymore, you guys. We're going to go ahead and get ready to jump into the tutorial portion, but do not forget, again, websites down in the description bar, and then go follow Christina and all the other lovely ladies on their YouTube channels and other social media platforms. And then as for me, if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't be stingy with those, you guys. You know you liked it. And then definitely subscribe if you haven't already, because I would love to have you stick around. So I will see you in my next one, and let's jump into the tutorial. Okay, y'all, jumping right into this, I'm clearly going to start with the greens, because as you can tell through this entire video, those were the shades I was most excited about. So I'm taking the shade Cheer, and just on like a normal sized fluffy brush, I'm just going to start working this into my crease and outer corner, just really kind of getting a feel for how the shadows worked. I was super impressed with this shade because I felt like it was still a true green while kind of being pastel-y. It performed beautifully. I really liked this one a lot. And then after I get it built up in my crease and on my upper lid how I do just go ahead and run it underneath the lower lash line. I wanted to do looks that were going to be very simple, that the everyday average makeup wearer could and probably would want to recreate. Next, I'm going in with the shade Fuzzy Socks just to kind of lightly buff out the green to make sure there are no harsh lines. This was a shade in the swatches that I said was pretty close to my skin tone, so there's not much I can really do with this shade, but it worked for this purpose right here. And then now on a really tiny fluffy brush, this is a Morphe M506, I'm going in with the shade Evergreen just to kind of deepen up the outer V and the lower portion of the crease. And you guys, these two shades together are just perfection. They blend out so beautifully together. This deep green shade is everything I could want in a green shadow, and so I really liked these two together. Next, taking the Feels on my finger, and I'm just going to pop this onto the lid, and look at my face, you guys. You cannot fake that kind of enthusiasm, and that's pretty much it for this look. So we're going to jump into look number 2 with all the blues. And so on a fluffy brush, I'm taking the shade Frostbite, and I'm going to start working this into my crease and on the outer V as well. I'm pretty much doing the exact same thing on this eye that I did on the other eye, just with separate colors. And so I really liked this shade a lot, you guys, because for it to be such a pastel blue, it still held a really great amount of pigment. I honestly didn't expect it to be quite as pigmented as it was, so really appreciated that. And then again, I'm using a Morphe M506, and I'm using the shade Slay Queen, and I'm going to start putting this in the outer V and on the lower portion of the crease. This is the shade that did give me a little bit of fallout, as you'll see me kind of move stuff away here in a minute. And the one shade that at this moment in time is pulling more blue than purple. And I truly think that must be because of I'm pairing it with another blue shadow, because I will eventually also put this on my lower lash line, and I found it to pull more purple on its own. So I'll be interested to continue to play with this shadow, but I still think it worked really well. I just had to be a little bit more careful with it. After I have that shade laid down, I go back in with the shade Frostbite just to kind of buff out the edges and rebuild that shade up, because since it is so pastel, I did kind of lose a little bit in all the blending. And then once I have that done, I do take the shade Icicle and just pop that all over the lid. It is a gorgeous duochrome shadow. And then there you have it, you guys. These looks are quick and simple with just a quick coat of mascara, and I love the way that they look. I think the colors are absolutely stunning. I think they are perfect for the holiday season, and so of course, like I've already mentioned, definitely go check out this palette on gourmandegirls.com, and hopefully I will see you in my next one. Bye!